One morning, Thomas and all his really useful friends came to see Sir Topham Hatt. A new engine called Dodge is arriving on Sodor. Hey, I know him. He helped me yesterday in the quarry and promised he would come here to meet you guys. Ugh, another diesel, groaned James. Oh, come on, James, said Henry. You've been complaining about diesels for years and years. Can't you at least be happy they're not replacing us? James had to agree. Thomas, you must go to the quarry to work with Dodge. Yes, sir, said Thomas, and he puffed away. Hope no trouble goes on, said Emily to the other engines. Thomas was shunting the freight cars in the yard. After Thomas was finished shunting the freight cars, he puffed away to take a rest. When Thomas got to the yard, he saw Jack the front loader. Hello, Thomas, said Jack. Hello, Jack, said Thomas. You have to shunt these freight cars to Great Waterton. Jack, that's not called Great Waterton. Oh, then what is it called? Well, I don't know what it's called right now, said Thomas, but I gotta do my shunting. And Thomas shunted the freight cars and chuffed away. But he still didn't know what the new station was called. Later that day, Thomas went to have a rest in Tidmouth Sheds. However, Thomas got a shocking surprise. It was 199. Oh, hello, Blue Pinhead, he said, laughing. What are you doing in my spot in Tidmouth Sheds? He's sleeping here for the night, Thomas. But I'm supposed to be sleeping here. Well, too bad, said 199. Thomas felt very offended. He outrageously puffed away to sleep somewhere else. That was just unbelievable, rumbled Thomas to himself. Then Thomas went to see his friend Rusty. Hey, Rusty, said Thomas. Yeah? Do you know what Sir Topham Hatt's gonna call the new station? He's gonna call the new station Marlmarth. Marlmarth, said Thomas. Who ever heard of a name of that? It's just one of the test names Sir Topham Hatt's giving to the new station, said Rusty. Oh, said Thomas, and he chuffed away. Thomas was chuffing his way to get Gordon's coaches until a station master stopped him. Gordon already has his coaches because 199 has gotten his coaches because you were too slow, he says. Thomas was very cross and he puffed away to get Annie and Clarabelle. Then he saw 199 pull Annie and Clarabelle. This made Thomas very cross. Those were his coaches. Something strange is going on here, said Thomas. I must talk with Edward about this. Then Thomas came to Tidmouth, but he got a unsurprisingly shocking surprise again. 199 was sleeping by Edward and Henry. Oh, hello, Thomas, said Edward. How was your day? But Thomas was too annoyed to say how his day was. 199 had gone too far. Something really mysteriously strange is going on, said Thomas, but I don't know what. Later that day, Thomas was chuffing while he saw 199. Oh, hello, Thomas. Hello, 199, he said. Sir Topham Hatt has called the new station Brendam Station. But isn't there already a place called Brendam Docks? Cried Thomas. Despite this, Thomas didn't even bother to argue and he chuffed quickly away. Later on, Thomas was chuffing. He passed 199 and didn't bother to say hello. 199 was very annoyed, but didn't bother to argue. Come on, Jack, said Thomas. Why, said Jack. You'll see, said Thomas. And they puffed away. Finally, Thomas and Jack arrived at the yard where Gordon, Emily, Nia, and Rebecca were waiting. Jack, said Sir Topham Hatt, you must help Thomas deliver a fruit car. You must package the fruit in his van. Yes, sir, said Jack. But Thomas was worried. He remembered that Arthur had had a fruit accident when he first came to Sodor due to his cheekiness. I can do it myself, said Thomas, and he puffed away. When Thomas got to the yard, he saw that the mail van and Harvey's leaf car were in his way. He was very cross. Thomas, said 199, you have to shunt these freight cars. Sir Topham Hatt will be very proud. As you say so, said Thomas crossly. He bumped the freight cars hard. But what Thomas didn't know, that he was heading for trouble. Thomas pushed the vans very hard. But however, what he didn't know, that he was going much fast. He went much too fast! Oh no, cried Thomas. And he hit the new building. And Thomas came off the track. Oh, bother, groaned Thomas to himself. Luckily, Jack the front loader came. Oh dear, Thomas, he said. What mess have you gotten up to this time? 199 told me to push a mail car and Harvey's leaf car, but then it was then I went much too fast, and now the bricks of Brendam Station are ruined. This is all my fault. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. It's 199's fault, said Thomas. Don't worry, said Jack. Toby came to get some of the bricks for Brendam Station. Sir Topham Hatt was very cross. Thomas, he said, you have caused massive confusion and delay. This is a massive, huge, bad disaster. But, sir, it's 199's fault. Do not blame 199. All the engines are going to have to do their best to build Brendam Station. You are going to be working hard as well. Thomas was very cross and angry at Sir Topham Hatt, but he was even more mad with 199. If anyone be mean to me, I'm never talking to them, Thomas huffed to himself. Toby puffed away with the Brendam Station bricks. When all the engines heard, they were cross too. Thomas, cried Nia, why would you do something that bad? I didn't do anything. 199 started it first. Yeah, right, said Emily, like we would believe you. Why would we believe you? This is all your fault, Thomas. If you never came to Sodor... Oh, so you want to betray me and think 199's a good guy, even though he shunted me, shouted Thomas. All the engines were surprised. No one had ever offended Emily that badly, and she was very cross with anger. How dare you shout at me like that? How dare you act like I'm the bad guy here when you're the bad guy, shouted Thomas back. You're the bad guy, shouted Emily, and Thomas and Emily shouted and argued at each other. James was tired of it. Ugh, said James. This is ruining my splendid hearing. This is just disgraceful, groaned Gordon. You're the bad guy, shouted Thomas. You're the bad guy, Emily shouted back. Soon, their shouting got louder and louder to the point where Sir Topham Hatt had had enough. Silence, said Sir Topham Hatt. All the engines were very surprised and shocked. Thomas, he said, you are going to be shunting the freight cars for Brendam Station tonight. You are not sleeping at Tidmouth, and 199 is going to handle your branch line. Thomas was very cross, and he puffed away. Emily smirked. As for you, Emily, since you're smirking at this, you are going to be shunting freight cars. No! groaned Emily. Please, sir, I'm sorry. It's too late for sorry, said Sir Topham Hatt. Thomas came huffing into the yard later that night. Hello, Thomas, said Jack. Why are you so angry? All the engines thought when I decided to crash into Brendam Station. So that's why all these bricks are here, aren't they? Said Thomas. Yep, James and Edward have to deliver those freight cars of bricks, and Toby has delivered those freight cars of bricks, and Percy has to take those loads of bricks, and Gordon has to take the workmen. What about Nia, Rebecca, and Rosie? Rosie's taking Annie and Clarabelle. No surprise or shock, rumbled Thomas. And Nia and Rebecca are working at the quarry. So Thomas, even though these are for Edward and James, you must take the yellow one for James. Oh, thank you, Jack, said Thomas. Thomas puffed through Rusty. He was surprised. Hello, Thomas. but Thomas was too angry to give a reply. Ridiculous, ridiculous, said Thomas. The building gets destroyed, Emily blames me, and then I have to have a fight with her, and this is how it ends, said Thomas crossly to himself. But 199 just smirked, and he was about to come up with a plan that would be the most scariest plan in Sodor history. Yes, he said, I'll teach Tricky Thomas, he said as he oiled away.